Hi, Dr. Lamb. This is my second reflection for our math methods class, and tonight we are talking about creating a task, an assessment, and how to interpret that data and use it to benefit your students in your class. And what we're doing tonight pertains to fractions because, as you mentioned, that's a very important skill for students in elementary school to learn. After reading the text and seeing how the teacher in the text did it, she created a task that was just one question that was looking for a very specific set of information that her students could do, and she was able to use that knowledge to reteach things that she needed to. So that's kind of what I modeled mine after. My plan was, since my students in my field class are fourth grade math, I was going to be giving them the task and the assessment, and I wanted it to be something that they were able to do. So as a teacher, if I was in the fourth grade class starting to work on fractions, I decided to go back and look at third grade TEKS and see what they should know and what they should be able to do. And one of the TEKS that I found, which was 3H, talks about comparing two fractions with either a like denominator or a numerator and having them compare them in several different ways by using symbols, writing words, pictorial models, or drawing a picture. So I went ahead today and I had created my task, and like I said, I modeled it kind of after the teacher in the book. I created one problem that would allow me to test their knowledge of that one TEK, and it had 3 different subcategories. Today, when I was working in my small group, I actually had 3 students in my group today, and they all 3 wanted to take it, so I actually had a little bit of data to compare, and it worked out to my advantage. So my task, as you can see here, was to compare 3/8 and 7/8 using the following methods: compare using symbols, write a number sentence, and to draw a picture. So let's talk about the results for just a minute. The first one, which was A, was to compare using symbols, and all 3 students that did my assessment, they all 3 aced it. Absolutely no problems. Where it got a little bit tricky was question B, and that's where I asked them to write a number sentence, and this is where I realized that as teacher, I did not do a very good job because my question did not accurately communicate, I don't feel like, to my students what I wanted. One student didn't answer. One student answered and gave me a property, and this was my favorite answer, where he wrote me a number sentence, I guess. It says there were 8 pigs at the farm, and 3 of those pigs have black spots. How many pigs does it take to get to 8 pigs? So he was really trying, but like I said, I don't feel like I wrote a good question. So if I was a teacher and I was looking at this data, I would not use that question. I would just throw it out. And then the third question that I asked on my assessment is to compare the 2 numbers, drawing a picture. This student gave me exactly what I was looking for. She did 8 little circles, shaded 3 of them, 8 little circles, shaded 7 of them. Another student sort of got it. She did 3/8, and then she did 7/8. So, and then I did also get this, and I'm not exactly sure what he was talking about. He did 3 circles with 8s in the middle of them, so I definitely think he was trying, but I don't think that he fully understood how to compare those 2 fractions. So to summarize my results, a couple things. The one student, she did it, she finished, she got the most correct, she was done in the quickest amount of time, she obviously got the information. 2 of her answers were correct. The second thing, like I said, that I just talked about that I noticed is that as a teacher, you have to clearly communicate what you want from your students, and you have to ask for the right thing in order to get the correct answers that you're looking for. And that's something that, as a teacher going forward, that I need to be really, really aware of when I'm creating questions for assessments. And the third way that I think that I would be able to use this information is that I would know that before I move forward in teaching a new fraction concept, that I would need to probably review all 3 of these concepts with the whole class, and just go over them and make sure that the students were comfortable with the material before we moved on to any new material. So thank you. Have a good night.